If this is your favorite Mario game, you're probably 50 years old and prefer this to other games for every reason except the gameplay. Like, yeah, it's important, but there's like 5 enemies and 3 level themes. You're really gonna tell me this is one of the best Mario games ever? Also, the controls in this really just show their age as it just feels off. But yes, put this next to Mario Odyssey and say this is still a more fun game. Nintendo saw the success of the first game and was like, let's do that again, but make it more rage-inducing. Poison mushrooms, narrow jumps, wind, these spring things. Is anyone actually even a fan of this? Or do people just say they are to brag about how good they are at a platformer that could run on a toaster now? We're done with the 80s, pick out a different difficult platformer. We don't care that you played this before everyone else because you imported the game along with a Famicom before Super Mario All-Stars came out. Ah yes, Mario 2. The game decided, you know what people love about Mario? None of it. No fire flowers, no jumping on enemies to kill them, just vegetable gardening and throwing Shy Guys like I'm in an Olympic shot put competition. I swear, half this game feels like Mario accidentally wandered into someone else's dream, which, fun fact, is literally the plot. Every enemy looks confused to be there, the bosses range from mild inconvenience to giant evil Kermit, and somehow this fever dream is now canon. Like, I just pick up a turnip and chuck it at some Shy Guy and this game's like, yeah, that's heroism. Oh, and the most important thing, this is not an original game, it's a reskin of Doki Doki Panic. Nintendo really couldn't even make a brand new game here. This is the one people swear is perfection, the magnum opus of NES Mario. But let's be real, this game feels like it's designed by someone who hates the concept of mercy. You die once and it's back to the start of the world because apparently progress wasn't invented until the 90s. Don't even get me started on the Koopalings, 7 nearly identical boss fights that all think they're special. Like, wow, you're so much different because you're on a ball. This wasn't even an authentic Mario adventure because it's just a play. Mario really tried to scam you all into thinking he risked life and limb here. Also no, 3 is not better than World. The one time Nintendo said, let's make Mario portable, and apparently forgot what Mario even looked like. Super Mario Land is like watching a bootleg version of the series from an alternate dimension. Mario's the size of a Lego brick, the Goombas explode for some reason, and suddenly he's piloting submarines and fighter jets like he enlisted mid-adventure. The physics feel like he's made of helium, and every level looks like it was built out of leftovers from an unlicensed Tetris clone. There's a reason you rarely hear people talk about this as one of their favorite Mario games. People talk about Super Mario World like it's the holy grail of 2D platformers, but if you look past the nostalgia goggles, it's basically Super Mario Bros. 3 wearing a prettier outfit and pretending it invented color. Everyone praises the open overworld, but let's be honest, half the map is filler paths leading to levels you'll play once and never remember. And the cape, it's one of the most overpowered and one of the least fun items in Mario history. Like, you just literally soar over the entire level like you're Superman. You could literally skip like 90% of this game by holding the jump button correctly. Like, great design, Nintendo. Then there's Yoshi, everyone's favorite dinosaur who doubles as a disposable life insurance policy. You love him until you realize his main purpose is to be sacrificed into pits for extra height. The poor thing spends more time falling to his death than actually helping you. And remember those secret exits everyone gushes about? They're fun until you realize the game hides crucial content behind the most cryptic nonsense imaginable. Like, it's basically a guessing game at the end. Finally, Mario's back on the Game Boy and apparently in debt. The game literally starts with Wario stealing his castle because I guess Mario didn't pay his mortgage. 6 Golden Coins tries to be epic with its branching worlds and wacky bosses, but it mostly feels like Mario wandered into a Tim Burton art project. One world's a pumpkin, another's a giant mechanical Mario. It's like the devs were competing to see who could confuse children the most. The physics somehow feel floatier than land. Every level theme feels like it's from a different franchise, and collecting golden coins sounds exciting. They're just glorified keys to more suffering. Everyone praises this game for introducing Wario, but honestly that feels like introducing a supervillain because the main character's accountant failed him. This is the game everyone treats like the pinnacle of 3D platforming. Let's be honest, half the time it feels like you're fighting the camera more than Bowser. Mario controls like a soap bar on a wet floor, and every time you think you've mastered a jump, Lakitu decides to film you from a completely different angle just for fun. The graphics look like a collection of triangles pretending to be people, and there's also some serious animal cruelty in this game. Like, how dare Nintendo allow you to throw a baby penguin into the abyss? I know for one, I never would. And these stars, like, what do they even do? You collect 120 of them, and your reward is getting to talk to Yoshi, who basically says, congrats, now go outside. Finally, Mario takes vacation and the first thing that happens is he gets arrested. Sunshine was Nintendo's experiment in what would happen if they turned Mario into a janitor. Just spend the whole game cleaning graffiti with a sentient water gun. This game is glitchy and has some seriously flawed levels like the pachinko machine, which feels impossible to control. Who seriously thought that was a good idea? And then we just gotta talk about the voice acting. Like, did no one think this was just awful?
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Mario 64 DS is so much better since the characters look like actual people. For having new in the title, this game is anything but. Almost no new characters, like one new theme and like 2 new power-ups. And one of these power-ups is really cool, being the Mega Mushroom, but it's barely used. This game is also just so easy. I mean, like, look at the bosses where half of them are done in 15 seconds, and the other ones you could just jump over Bowser. This game feels more like an opportunity to advertise than a game. I mean, just look at all the merch Nintendo made following this game. This even got me when I had plates and gift favors featuring designs from this game for my 6th birthday party. People actually think this game is better than its sequel when it literally has less of everything. Smaller world, slower pacing, and about 3 real ideas stretched across a galaxy-sized marketing pitch. Get it? Like, what even is a Toy Time Galaxy? Are we supposed to believe that there's just a galaxy out there somewhere, made entirely out of toy trains and Legos that just happen to have gravity? Like, that's literally just a child's bedroom. The music gets treated like it's divine inspiration, but be honest, like, you know one song here, Gusty Garden Galaxy. The rest might as well be background noise from a discount orchestra simulator, and don't even get me started on the camera. It's like Lakitu's drunk cousin came back from 64 to do this. Galaxy is the kind of game that looks magical until you realize it's just Mario doing chores on floating rocks while pretending to be Neil Armstrong. Nintendo called this new, but what they really meant was the same thing again, but now with a reason to hate your friends. This game single-handedly destroyed more relationships than Monopoly. 4 players, 1 screen, infinite chaos, and someone always thinks they're helping by picking you up, only to throw you directly into a pit because the Wii Remote slipped. Every level feels like it was designed by someone who wanted to see how long human cooperation could last before breaking. And the propeller suit? Yeah, it's fun for 2 seconds until you fall back down. The bosses are just recycled Koopaling battles, and every world map looks like they hit copy-paste on its DS counterpart. It's called New Super Mario Bros., but the only new thing is the emotional trauma from getting thrown into a lava pit from a friend. People actually prefer Galaxy 2 to Galaxy when Galaxy 2 has virtually no story. Galaxy 2 is the definition of don't fix what isn't broken, and they didn't at all. It's the same game, basically the same soundtrack, same controls, except now Yoshi's here because apparently Mario couldn't handle basic platforming without outsourcing it to a dinosaur. The level name sounds like Nintendo picked ideas out of a hat, like Rolling Coaster Galaxy, really? And the hub world is so uninspired, it's literally just a floating Mario head. It's like they ran out of ideas and decided to reuse the first game's leftovers, but sprinkled some Stardust on top and called it innovation. And yet, somehow, everyone still calls it perfect, which might actually make it worse. Super Mario 3D Land is the gaming equivalent of a plain oatmeal. It's fine, you eat it, you move on, you forget it ever happened. Nintendo somehow made a 3D Mario that feels less alive than most 2D ones. Every level looks like it was ripped straight from New Super Mario Bros. But just made 3D. The music is aggressively forgettable since almost none of it was original, and the bosses are just Boom Boom and Pom Pom again and again and again. It's like Nintendo held an office meeting to discuss what enemies would be here, and no one showed up except Miyamoto. The Tanuki suit is back, but now it's less cool new power-up and more something that's just forced to say, look, this power-up from Super Mario Bros. 3 is back. And the story, Bowser kidnaps Peach again, what a shocker. This game proves Nintendo finally realized what Mario's been about all along. Just raw, unchecked greed. New Super Mario Bros. 2 turns the Mushroom Kingdom into California in 1849, but instead of needing to travel out west for opportunity, you travel to your local GameStop to spend $40 for the same game for the 3rd time. The premise, collect 1 million coins, and that sounds fun until you realize there's no reward. There's no secret level, no golden Yoshi, just a slightly different menu screen that screams, congratulations, you wasted your time, when you could have been taking advantage of still being young, which you aren't anymore, because you're watching this and remembering that you played this like 14 years ago. The Golden Fire Flower is cool for about like 5 minutes, until you realize you're literally destroying the economy 1 brick at a time. Every level literally just feels like a shinier version of New Super Mario Bros. DS, and even the soundtrack sounds tired of existing. It's like Nintendo said, we can't think of any new ideas, so maybe we can just think of something new, and then they just laughed. Wow, another new Super Mario Bros. Game, and not only that, but this is what Nintendo used to market the Wii U. People were confused enough about what the Wii U was, but even worse, they chose to spotlight a game that looked nearly identical to one of the most popular games on the Wii. Sure, it looks nice, I mean, HD Mario, but it plays exactly the same as the last 3 new games. The flying squirrel suit looks like Mario's trying to win a pajama contest. The baby Yoshi's like, they're alright, I guess. And the Koopalings are back to collect another paycheck. And the gamepad feature, it exists, kind of. You can draw platforms that no one wants and occasionally annoy your friends in multiplayer. That was the biggest gameplay change in this entire game. Nintendo decided to fix 3D Land by injecting it with pure chaos and cats. Like, so many cats. Everyone's a cat now. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad. It's like a furry convention within the Sprixie Kingdom. And while the catsuit is fun, Nintendo just drags it more than Ninja dragged the low taper fade meme. Like, we get it, that's like the main marketing appeal. And for the bosses, recycled boom booms again, and the camera still kind of hates you when you play in multiplayer. This just feels like a better version of the mediocre 3D Land with nicer graphics and better music. Remember this game existed? Probably not. It was a simple game where literally all you did was tap the screen in basic New Super Mario Bros. Levels. And remember, this cost $10 on the App Store in 2016. Like, who was buying that?
Super Mario Odyssey!
Everyone acts like this game reinvented 3D platforming, but really, it's just Mario 64 with a possession mechanic that raises more ethical questions than it should. I mean, you're literally stealing the bodies of innocent creatures like frogs, Goombas, sentient, and apparently letters. All you can collect is moons scattered around like participation trophies. There's no big build-up to most of these moons, they just kind of feel like filler. Speaking of moons, why are there so many? Drop your copy of Mario Tennis Ultra Smash and you'll find a moon in it. You ground pound a random patch of dirt, congrats, you got another moon. It's less a reward system and more of a collectathon on steroids. Every world is hyped up as a kingdom, but the Sand Kingdom is just empty desert and the Cloud Kingdom is like 5 platforms and a dream. Odyssey is great, sure, but only if you like your adventures served with a side of philosophical questions and 900 moons to collect. Nintendo called this an expansion, but let's be honest, it's like 3 hours of Mario getting rained on while a giant angry anime villain breathes fire at him every 5 minutes. Bowser's Fury is the most stressful, chill game ever made. You're just trying to collect cat shines in peace, and suddenly the sky turns black, heavy metal starts playing, and Bowser erupts like Godzilla having a tantrum. And sure, the open world idea sounds cool, but half the map is just recycled 3D world levels awkwardly glued together. You're swimming 1 minute and riding Plessy the next, and then bam, Fury Bowser's back. Again. Because apparently he can't take a hint. The weather system is so bipolar it makes Breath of the Wild look stable, and teaming up with Bowser Jr., like why? He paints random walls and occasionally bonks enemies. Also, why do people call this a full 3D Mario game? This is barely longer than a demo. And finally, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Nintendo finally brought 2D Mario back without new in the title, and immediately fed it LSD. Wonder is what happens when you let the design team's intrusive thoughts win. Like, every level feels like a fever dream where pipes wiggle, enemies morph into horrors of nature, and talking flowers mock your every mistake. This game wants you to feel constant wonder, but this game is just so weird. Why can't you throw your friends in this? The new power-ups are equally deranged, like you can turn into an elephant for no other reason than to sell plush toys. The badge system is neat until you realize half of them exist to fix mechanics that didn't need fixing. And the talking flowers, they never shut up. And Nintendo is now selling this thing in real life, so you can't escape it when you shut your Switch down. And that's the video. This video isn't meant to be taken seriously. Probably like 99% of the things in this video are more just said as a joke. And if you commented and were mad, then I did my job with the title Ragebaiting fans of every Mario game. Let me know if you want to see me do the same thing for maybe like Zelda games or something like that. If you enjoyed, be sure to just subscribe and like, as it really helps me out. And consider joining my Discord and becoming a channel member for just a couple bucks a month. Thank you for watching Domainy, and I'll see you next time.